Okay, we are almost done here, folks. I just want to revisit this just briefly, and then I'm going to explain a few key points about lectures, listening assignments, um, essay assignments, and then we will be done. It's really important that you read over the participation. If you don't turn your work in, I will drop you from the class. And you also have to realize there are no makeup assignments. I have everything on a timer. It's set up just like if you were coming to a face-to-face class and you missed a quiz. You're generally not going to be able to retake that quiz. Or if you miss the deadline on a homework, I'm not going to accept late assignments. There are between the two sections of this class, there's at least 80 students. It's a lot of grading, and if I have people sending assignments in late, it's just too much to deal with. It's too confusing. So just please be aware of that policy and stay on top of the class. Make sure you're looking at the the course schedule, and everything should be fine with that. Okay, we're going to move on to the final section of this orientation. Okay, let's take a look at some of the assignments. We're almost done here. Every week you'll have a lecture assignment. This one has a lecture and listening assignment combined. Um, Week 2, you have a lecture, you have a listening assignment, you have a discussion assignment, homework, quiz, and that's how all the weeks are set up generally: lecture, listening, discussion assignment, essay, assignment, quiz. So this one you have a homework out of the book. Here you have an essay assignment, and they're pretty self-explanatory. So let's just take a look at this lecture here briefly. This is a lecture on the elements of music. This is basically the jargon of music. Some of these concepts may not make complete sense to you, and if you get a little bit lost, say down here in phonic structure, polyphony and homophony, if you don't completely understand it, don't worry too much about that. If you are somebody who's played an instrument, it'll make a little bit more sense to you. But this isn't a music theory class, so I'm just trying to explain some basic concepts here, such as melody and harmony and rhythm. And all the files, the audio files, are embedded this way, so they will play on any computer. It doesn't matter whether it's a Macintosh or a Windows-based machine. It'll all work just like with YouTube. You have embedded files. So, for example, you push that, and you hear the music, and you should see a little bar there. If that isn't happening on your computer, then there is a problem. But it shouldn't be any problems. Okay. Let's go back here to the modules. Um, the practice quiz is, like I said, set up so that you can have an idea of what the real quizzes look like. So this is a little 5-point practice quiz. And you'll want to get that done before September 1st. It shows you the due date. Then week 2, we go into American Popular Song. This is a listening list also. Gives you different Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, Michael Bublé, etc. You move ahead. Here you have a homework assignment. Well, actually, let's look at the discussion assignment. Here you're just going to post. You're going to watch this video of Fred Astaire, who was a famous singer and dancer from the 1940s and 50s and 60s. A really amazing performance. And then you're going to answer the question that I asked here. And you're going to put your reply, and then I read your replies, and you get points. It's basically how those work. Pretty simple. And here's your first homework. This is actually submit review questions for Chapter 1, found on page 18, 3rd edition. We'll skip Chapter 2. You're going to type up your questions in a Word doc or a .rtf, and then you're going to submit the assignment just like you would you would upload anything onto your computer. You're going to go in here. And the phone is ringing at my house. How about that?
Call from Livingston, NC.
Sorry about that. I don't want to redo this section of the video, so you just heard the phone ring at my house. Okay, so you're going to go in here, you're going to choose a file just like you would. I generally put my documents on the desktop, and then you're just going to upload them by submitting the assignment, and you have to check this box, all work submitted as my own, original work, etc. So that's how you will submit all your homework assignments. And then here's your quiz, and that will be up on that Thursday. It's due September 8th. This quiz is blocked until September 6th at 8 a.m., etc. When we get into weeks 3 and 4, you have a lecture on the blues. You'll have some audio examples in here. You'll want to read through that. There's some video. Then there's a listening assignment on the blues. There we go, some Howlin' Wolf. Now the point of the listening assignments is you're going to need to be able to identify pieces of music on the tests. You're going to need to know not only is it a blues example, or is it, say, for example, Delta blues, or is it Texas blues, or is it Hokum blues, or is it Chicago blues, and that's where the text will come in to play, and the lectures, because I will explain each one of these examples in the lecture. And then when you go to take a test, you will hear an audio example, and you will have to identify that piece of music for either who is the artist, what is the name of the song, or what regional style it is. And the text goes through that, and I also explain it here in the, for example, we're doing the blues in the lecture. So you're going to want to definitely spend time reading the lecture and listening to the listening assignments, and you need to really put a large amount of effort into the listening part of this class. It's not enough just to put these on in the background. You're going to want to really know what these examples are. Okay, so we have a lecture, listening. Here's a discussion assignment, just like before. This topic is locked until the 25th, but it's the same sort of deal. Here's an essay assignment on Albert King and Eric Clapton. It'll be self-explanatory once you click on that and get into that. And then at the end of the week 4, you have the quiz. Every section is set up that way. You have weeks 5 and 6. You got jazz, same sort of thing. Lecture, listening, discussion, essay, quiz. We get down to country, lecture, listening, discussion, essay, quiz. So that's in a nutshell how the class is set up. If you read the syllabus, you pay attention to the course calendar, you look at the course outline, you really should, I think it's set up in a fairly easy format to follow. And if you have any questions, you always can email me. I hope you enjoy the class, and good luck. That is the end of the orientation.